Welcome to Daytona for the first race of a brand new season after being called Lion Guard World Endurance Championship for one season. It goes by a new name. We'd like to welcome Verizon as our sponsor for this season as the Verizon World Endurance Championship. Welcome to the broadcast. I am your analyst and commentator, Cody Azevedo. We have a 31 driver field, and this year is to bring a new scenery to season 2. As you see, we are looking at Shuja Hunt, who was one of the championship 6 drivers. We have a brand new format. 10 drivers will now be in a championship race at Le Mans. As you see Shuja go by in a number 92. He had a very bad day going into Le Mans in the first and last hours of the race. Like we said, we got a brand new thing going on for season 2. We got 16 races beginning at Daytona and ending at Le Mans. We also have an exhibition race at Rome, which is a very old track. We can't wait to see what that brings to us. We got tracks like Daytona, Road America, Spa, Texas, Imola, Monza, Nürburgring, Red Bull Ring, Suzuka, Silverstone, Long Beach, Monaco, Dubai, Monaco, Coda, and Le Mans. That is your 16 tracks that we'll be racing on this year. And we also have a 32 driver field, well, 31 driver field should I say. We only got 22 drivers in this race as of official. Hopefully we can get more into this as we look at the number 7. There you see Chama and the number 9 who made her first start at Le Mans, the great finale in season 1. That was the final race. She runs 13th at the moment. None of the drivers on the racetrack have set a time at the moment. So everyone's playing a game of cat and mouse. As you see, one of those cards kind of get loose within the going into in the oval. And we got a car off the track. That's a 58. Oh boy. What in the world has happened? He has spun. Oh, and he has made contact. I believe that would be... Who would that be? That looks like Jaylani. There you see Michael Shelton in the number 4. We'll take a small break. We're still getting our broadcast set up. We'll be right back. Well, we do have our field set. Sorry for the long delay as we had drivers click in their names. As of right now, it looks like Jay Lonnie in the number 58 Ford GT, who has earlier spun into the chicane here, the bus stop, is now currently leading the standings at the moment, or the scoreboard, running in first with a 1.39, 1 minute and 39 second lap around here at Daytona. This track is definitely special for their races at the Daytona 500, the 24-hour of Daytona, the Daytona Supercross, all those good events. But now we have a new one coming in here, the Gatorade 8 hours of Daytona. As we got 1 hour and 40 minutes left in this practice session. As you see, Paris Bouquet in the number 9 right in front of him. There was a mistake being Chama in the number 9, and it turns out Chama is back in her number 8. In fact, fun fact here, Jupiter last year running in the Aesop stable. Now Chama takes over as Jupiter has announced retirement after season 1. We will miss her. She was definitely a good driver, put on one of the most spectacular battles between her and Paris Bouquet, the season 1 champion, the 2-time back-to-back champion, both the stock car era and the GT3 GTE era. And running in second place right now is the number 6 car of Tropic and Kion. He has renewed for a 4th season. Now we got 3 drivers so far that have renewed for a season. They are going for their 4th straight season. That would be Michael Shelton, Paris Bouquet, and Tropic and Kion. So good for them. As you see the bunch of cars out all in one bunch there. We definitely don't get to see this racing a lot here at Daytona, and we're glad to have these cars. Well, Daytona is glad to have these cars run around the road course. So it's good to see these new faces. Some of them being old in their 4th season, some of them going for their 2nd, and we got some other new faces we'll talk about as we continue to look at Tropic Kai. We're going to go to 3rd place here, and number 29, I believe that is Markster, who is running in 3rd. The Corvettes seem to be very strong, but the Ford GTs currently lead. The Ford GT currently leads over the Corvettes. As we look on board there, you see that aerial view. You see the number 26. I believe we do not have a driver for that 26 car. It appears we do not. That will be a filler. Hopefully that spot will get taken in the meantime. And you see the 69 of May, who also had a bit of a spin out in the bus stop going down the backstretch. running in her second full-time season. Good for her. Fun fact, she did not have a good start within the first half of the racing season, season 1 of the Lion-Guard, what was previously called the Lion-Guard World Endurance Championship, now, as you know, the Verizon World Endurance Championship. She did not have a good first half, but she managed to pick herself up. She was in championship contention within the last 2 races, missed it by a couple points. Sucks for her. She had a really good car. She had a really good car in the final race going into Le Mans. Just wasn't able to do it. As you see her running currently in the 5th spot. There you see Michael Shelton in the number 4. Running in the 6th position. Beautiful factory Corvette livery. There you see ovals. Back in the Boone menswear Aston Martin. He was in the final race. There you see the number 2. I believe that is Nick Fuentes. That is actually Gabe, who is Nick Fuentes' teammate. And you see the number 2 come in the pit road. A lot of these guys going in the pit road. You see one of the Corvettes. There's the number 67 of Cosmos, who returned after being gone from racing after season 2 of the stock car era. But now she is back in season 2 of the GTE era, is what we'll probably call the endurance era. As you see, I believe that is 92 of Shuja Hunt, currently running in the 18th position. I believe there you see the number 22, I believe that was going by. Is actually the 21. That is a filler car. There you see the 52. I don't believe we have another driver for that car. White Lightning Racing official racing in the number 15 Ford GT. And there you see the number 12 SRT BMW. Don't get confused with that name. You see the 67 Cosmos come in the pit road, and she parks the car there. Jaylani's still logging laps around here, being the fastest driver in practice number 1. This will be our only practice session. We only get one per race, and we'll have our qualifying session later tonight. So keep in tune for that. As you see, Traffic and Kion back in 2nd place. He's been running 2nd for a while in that number 6 Corvette. We're gonna take a small break. We'll be right back. welcome back to practice session number one of the Gatorade 8 Hours of Daytona. As you see, Tropic and Kion still running into second position. And you'll see right behind Markster running in the third position, right behind. The Corvette's currently filling up the podium spot, but right up in front is the GT of Jaylani as he comes back right in the pit road. In that beautiful number 58 Populous Bank for GT. We're going to take a 6th place at the number 4 of Michael Shelton. And as well as ovals in the number 54 Boone Menswear, Aston Martin. So far, no one has been out of the race. As you see, the number 77, I believe we do not have a driver for that car. We do not. That is currently a filler. And you see Skypup in the number 12 SRT BMW M6. We're going to take a bumper on board around with Skypup as we take a lap around Daytona. As you'll see, you're coming off the road course area and into the high banks of Daytona. Going on the oval. Very fast around this racetrack as you hit the long back stretch. And coming into the very fast coming bus stop in the backstretch there. And you're going to come into turn 3 and 4 back at the high banks of Daytona. As you see, Skypup takes a very high line around here. And coming off the banks and going into the tri-oval, you're going to be, here's the start-finish line, just right in the middle of the tri-oval. And into the road course they go. Very hard braking through that section. You don't want to hit the brakes too hard or else the car's back end is going to snap around and you will be sliding possibly into the tire barriers. The same goes for this little hairpin section here. Going into the road course. And you'll be hitting the dog leg around here. Not a very sharp left-hander. You're going to hit the brakes heavy around here too. Another hairpin section, very hard right. And you will be exiting the road course section. Tight left-hander. Back into the oval around Daytona. Of course, that's a lap around Daytona. As we're going to take an onboard of someone else around here. I believe this is... that is the number 82. I believe we do have a driver for that car. That is Simba Fearless. In the Perisphere Corvette there. You're going to see the number 7 of Nick Fuentes. He's currently running in the 11th spot at the moment. There you see Chama, the one nicknamed the Wonder Girl after her very dominating performance at Le Mans, had a shot to win and just right at the end caught up in a crash with another driver. That was Julicia, who was running, I believe, the number 39 car at the time. And she's currently running 10th at the moment so far. Good position to start for in the number 8 Ford GT. You see Gabriel in the number 2. And you're going to see Cosmos in the number 67 Ford GT as she goes around that tight hairpin section. Actually, I do not believe that is Cosmos in number 67. Actually, yes, it is. We do not have anyone, I believe, for the number 84. No, we do not have a driver for the 84. That will be a filler. And there you see Senpai Jasiri running in the 16th position in the Hankook Tires Aston Martin. She is teammates with this man right here. That is Alcuth, who had a very dominating performance at Le Mans and going into the final race. He had one win in the Verizon World Endurance Championship in Season 1, but that was all he could get, as his day was taken out within that final lap crash at Le Mans, the great finale. He and Jasiri will be teammates all year long. So keep an eye on those two, as Jasiri has a big upgrade to her car, as she did not have a very good season 1. You see a number, that's another 67 Ford GT. That is a filler car. We're going to go back to the top of the scoreboard, which is number 58 of Jaylani, running in that 58 Ford GT. Populous Bank sponsored on that car. There you see Ashton Alderman in the number 37 H&R Aston Martin. You see the 26, I believe we do not have a driver for that car. No, we do not. We'll take a small break. We're still getting our broadcast set up, so hopefully we do not have any troubles. We'll be right back. Oh, we got a car upside down. That is the number 69 car, who has completely turned over. That would be May, who, oh my goodness, her car was upside down. That is no good. Oh goodness. What position does she run in? That was not a beautiful crash. They see the number 9, a Paris Kid, who is not having her day so far. She's currently running 21st position. Still a lot of time to pick her way up. That is no good. We got Shama running in 10th place right now. Currently one of the few running high run for GTs. We do not have any That is not a good sight to see, though, for May, as not getting any reports of car. And it might be a possible retirement for It seems like our cameras will not show the number 69 beat up. Very unfortunate day for May. She had a spin out coming in at the bus stop, and her car ended up turning over in the same area. Very, very unfortunate. Now it does show that she was running 5th, because there you see on the scoreboard there is no sign of a 5th place car, so May is still considered 5th place at the moment, but there's going to be a lot of repairing to do on that number 69 Ford GT. Like we said, very unfortunate for May. Not such a good start to her day, as we got 1 hour and 14 minutes left in our practice session before we go into qualifying. It's a very unfortunate turn of events, which cut us from our small break. Otherwise, we will be right back. Don't go away. We are back as we take a look at Jaden Christensen in the number 78 BMW. Hankook Tires sponsoring. He ran this car in the Le Mans, the great finale. As we have a very exciting day, it looks like. They see the 58 of Jaylani currently running in the first position. Solid day for him. He didn't race, I believe. He did race in the Le Mans, the great finale. He was in season 1. Nothing says good like a good race car, and so far that's what he's got. He's 0.140 seconds right in front of the second place car, which is Kion in the number 6 Corvette. But otherwise, so far, so good for these young drivers. We're going to check back in the 10th place car. That is Chama the Wonder Girl, who is mates with Shuja Hunt. Also a trainee of Shuja Hunt, or should I say one of the students. In a performance at Le Mans, gave her a ride going into the season. Jupiter announced her retirement after season 1, put Chama in the number 8 Ford GT. Very fitting car for the way she drives and for the way she looks on as she powers that number 8 car to the top 10. Hopefully she can get a position ahead, which would be way more encouraging in the practice session. As we continue to update our scoreboards, as we label drivers in proper race car colors. Now listen to the revs of those engines. And we're gonna take an onboard look at whoa, she got held up a bit there from the current leader. We're gonna take an onboard look on the roof. We're gonna cut away our scoreboard there. As she gets very close to the back end of the practice leader. Almost every single guy is on track right now. And this track is not a pleasant track to be on because it can cause some issues, as we've already had a few drivers spin out going into the bus stop. In fact, one of them flipping over. That would be Maylin Rose, who is now out of the practice session. As you see, her car gets a bit loose going into the bus stop. very risky place to brake. You don't want to hit your brakes going into the corners. And do that, your car's gonna end up sliding around. As you see, Jay Lonnie on the bottom, I believe he is coming to pit road unless he's trying to get past another driver. Yes, he is going in a pit road. And he's taking another driver with him. I believe that is Alcuth or Desiri. One of the Hankook cars, I believe. As Chamo is getting close enough to one of the cars, I believe that is Ashton Alderman, unless that is the Golf car. No, but actually that looks like one of the Hankook cars, actually. Either that's Alcuth or just Siri on the racetrack. We can't exactly tell. We're going to take a small break again. We'll be right back. 55 minutes left in our broadcast for practice here in the 8 hours of Daytona. We are sorry for the longer delay. We are still, of course, like we said before, getting set up. But nothing says better than a beautiful day at Daytona. And Jaylani continues to lead the field in practice. Still by 0.140 seconds. Nobody has really made a gain on the young driver, making his second full season. Chopping and Kai on there, you see him right behind Paris Buquet, who is currently running, I believe, in 21st position. She is running in 21st position in that number 9 car. The back-to-back champion, both the stock car era and the endurance era. Most recent one being Season 1 of the Verizon World Endurance Championship. A former student of Shuja Hunt, now with their own team, as she had recently showed a show car to the World Gran Turismo Sport and to Instagram. The brand new team, like I think we said, Paris Motorsports. And she's racing that number 9 Ford GT. Hopefully she can get back into number 41 or the number 40 Pine Electronics Ford GT, but she will be running in the Ford GT class. As she currently sits 21st, not such a good day for her at the moment. A lot of cars going in and out of pit road so far. A second and third place car and our 14th and 15th place car is running, or currently in pit road. There you see the number 7, the Nick Fuentes. I believe that is Nick Fuentes, unless, yes, that is correct. Jaylani makes his way around pit road. There you see in the back there, the now deceased dead race car of May, who she wrecked coming into the bus stop. They will get it back out for qualifying, we hope. As of right now, she still runs 5th place right now. As you can see the ticker on the side there, there is no 5th place being shown, so she is currently 5th. There you see Michael Shelton. have some new faces for the full-time season. Those of being Chema, Jaden Christensen, Cosmos, Simba Fearless, We Like Ovals, Nick Fuentes, full-time, Gabriel, full-time, Sky Pup, full-time, Markster, White Lightning Official, who was announced to be running full-time, but instead they was replaced with Paris McKitt, who eventually won the Season 2 championship. And that is new faces so far. Hopefully we get some new coming soon. So far, clean run for Michael Shelton. We're going to take an onboard look from the bumper cam. The high banks of Daytona aren't really a joke around here. Make a mistake and you will probably be in the wall, in the grass, or maybe even another car. As Michael Shelton slingshots it. That is the number 12 BMW of Sky Pup right in front. If we go back to trackside, that we have 46 minutes left. Tropic and Kion still running in the second position. What a step up would that be for Tropic and Kion to get some wins finally after a very long drought. You see one of the 4 GTs, in fact 2 4 GTs passing by, and that's number 2 of Gabe, part of the 4 GT Dark Horse class is what they're calling it. You see Gemma. We hope you stick around for qualifying later today. As we only have 44 minutes left in our broadcast, we'll be right back with a short break. We're just 37 minutes away from practice session from ending. As we take an on-board look at the number 10 or number 8 of Chama, and they see the number 39 of Sweetie in a brand new race car for this race. Surprisingly, no Ferraris in this race. There you see the number 7 of Nick Fuentes, running currently in the 11th spot. But people are saying there's not going to be many position changes. It appears. Seems like everyone seems to be running in their cleanly in their positions. You see the 52 Ford GT. That is a filler car. Hopefully somebody would take that ride going into practice and qualifying. So far running 25th position. There you see the number 97 of Stratus DePiler running in the 24th position. Heavy braking going into that corner. This track will use up a lot of brakes, so you want to do everything you can to preserve those brakes. Now this is an 8-hour race instead of a 24-hour race, so anything is possible. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast as much as we are. Hopefully you'll follow on Instagram. Just type in LE95CY and you'll get the Instagram page. And hopefully you can find a spot to sign up for one of these cars. There are 11 spots left. 8 full-time rides, 3 part-time if you don't want to participate in every race. Now what are we expecting here at Daytona when the 8 hours start to tick away? We expect to see a lot of action, a lot of lead changes, hopefully a lot of pit strategy. Hopefully not too much chaos. We like seeing our drivers race side by side for position. You see the number 67, that's the filler car, that is the Le Mans edition. That too is also a filler car. Hopefully that can be taken into position. That is Senpai Jasiri running in the 15th position. There you see the 82 of Simba Fearless, and oh dear, looks like one of the cars have made pretty heavy contact. Oh, we got a car off track, it looks like. Oh dear. We don't know what car this appears to be. So we're gonna take a look and see who it was. And you can see the back end and the front end of that car all beat up. That's the 19th place car out on the racetrack. And it will make its pit cycle as we take a look at We Like Ovals in the number 54 Boone Menswear Aston Martin running in the 7th position. So far so good for that young driver making his first full-time debut. This is his second race within the series. Don't go away, we're going to take a small break. We'll be right back. 22 minutes left to spare. Nothing has really happened in the final stages of this practice session other than this man has been leading the entire way since the start of the practice session, and it looks like he might be able to continue to do so. And he currently runs in the first position with 21 minutes left. There's your second place car. We got Tropic and Kion. There you got Markster in the 29. Very beautiful livery on that Corvette. As well as the 26, which is a filler car. We're hoping to get some drivers into these filler cars. There you see Michael Shelton running in 6th place. In 5th place, it doesn't seem like he can gain 5th at all. But at the moment, it seems like that's where he might stay. He can just pick up the pace somehow. And running in 5th place is Malin Rose. The reason why you don't see her, you didn't see earlier in the broadcast, she was ended up somehow on her lid going into the bus stop, causing her car to retire. Her practice session was over early, no chance to perform her lap time better, which was very, very unfortunate. But as of right now, she still runs in the 5th position. She's the 2nd highest running for GT. Hopefully they can get her car back out for qualifying later tonight. It's a pretty good day so far in Daytona, as you see that very awesome looking aerial cam that hangs just above the exit of the road course and the entrance of the oval. As we've been taking a look at Michael Shelton for quite a while. AC Chama running in 10th place right now. As of what we know, the sun is setting here in Daytona. As you can see, the tri-oval has been shaded completely by the grandstands just in front of your screen on the top. As Chama running in the 10th position. As of what we know, in the last race at Le Mans, these cars don't really perform all that well going into the end, and it goes the same with qualifying, but when it goes to the race, all gloves are off. It's a battle royale. Absolute insanity. Did you see the back there? Back with that very amazing aerial view. And Chama is now in the tri-oval. We're going to take a look at the reigning champion as she goes into the road course section in that number 9 for GT. White and blue striped livery, or livery, apologies. Coming around the corner, very classic style paint scheme on that car, as well as Chama's. Bouquet made her first ever racing start at San Juan Speedway in the stock car era. Had a tie with Senpai Jasiri, who's currently running in the 15th position. Other than that, she was crowned with the win as well as Senpai Jasiri. Despite the tie, there was no tiebreaker both deserve the win. After Season 1 passed, Season 2, brand new ride with Azevedo Motorsports, with Shuja Hunt being the team manager. Paris Bouquet was able to take at least 5 to 6 victories as she heads to pit road and the championship in her second full-time season. And then just recently, another driver was supposed to take over the Porsches and the BMWs and the Mercedes AMGs, but Bouquet, the original driver, was not to be found, so Bouquet took the ride away and was able to perform well. 3 wins and the championship back to back. Now where she's running right now is the 21st position. She is in pit road as we are looking at Nick Fuentes in the number 7 for GTs, the dark horses of the field. And there you see his teammate Gabe running in the 8th position. So far so good performance for the 4 GTs around here. And there you see in 7th place is We Like Ovals in the number 54. Looking pretty sharp in the livery that he is running in. As you see, Stratus DePiler in the legendary Aston Martin Golf livery on that car. We got 15 minutes to spare. We're gonna take a break. This one will for sure be short. We'll be right back. We are back live here at Daytona International Speedway, where the sun begins to set around here. Not entirely, but you can see the shade that is covering the racetrack all the way from the grandstands in turn 4 to the entrance of turn 1, going into the super speedway oval, as we have been looking at the man that is running in the 7th position right now. That would be the number 54 Boone menswear of We Like Ovals. And there's the man that has been leading the entire practice session. Could that change going into qualifying? We got only 11 minutes left, and it doesn't seem like anyone has gained a position ever since. But this man has been very dominant. He got lucky with his times, and it looks like he will get practice session with the W. And he's done it too with a pretty good looking car with a beautiful livery. We're going to take a look at Sweetie running in the 13th position. Now, Sweetie had a good shot at the championship at one point, but as the last 2 races came, bad luck just decided to stunt Sweetie, and it costed him a shot at the championship. Other than that, this year he feels confident and ready to go. And so far so good. Not much chaos has happened in the later stages of practice session. Other than that, the early stages had their welfare. As you can hear one of the cars rocking by. Goodness. Using up all the revs you can, using up all the gears possible. I believe that was Chama's race car. She is putting the pedal to the metal. Talk about serious business, as she has been running in the 10th position for most of the practice session. And she continues to sit there, 1 second behind, 1 second, 1.20 behind our leader, and I believe the leader is right behind Sweetie. No, that is not the leader nowhere for the leader to be found. Sergeant Kion has been reported to go to the pit road. Chama currently running in the 10th position. She was using up all those revs that she can. Talk about serious business. And there's Alcuth, the main man in the Hyena Squad, they're calling it. That's what Alcuth and Jasiri have called it for now. Running teammates. They will be teammates all year long. Alcuth and Jasiri decided to agree on a deal. 2 great friends, 1 great team, a possible champion, is what they said. And he too is using up all the revs. As you see, one of the factory Ford GTs come out of pit road. We don't know who that is. We don't know if it's a filler car or if it's one of the drivers. We know that May has retired from practice session due to her unusual flip on the racetrack down at the bus stop. But they did report that her car will be ready for qualifying. The car was not too damaged. In fact, it was just mainly the body and some of the suspension, which was easily repaired. And now they will be ready, hopefully, to go for qualifying later tonight. You can see the shade begins to grow around here. As the 26th. Running pretty solidly for being a filler car. Now a lot of the filler cars are running pretty good. Talk about the 80 car of Alcuth flying by one of the race cars. I believe that was the number 6 of Tropic and Kion that he flew by. Yes, that was. Tropic and Kion has had the same time for a while and not even a chance to improve. We are not seeing much improvement out of anyone today. You see the 90 Pirelli. Maybe that's a filler car. Tonight, some of the spots will be filled. They see Nick Fuentes. They see Shuja Hunt flying by the trioval. He is using all the revs too. And the number 92 Falcon Tire, Aston Martin. He said he loved this car actually on the racetrack, and he thinks that this car can perform well during the race. He says that this car may not have the willpower. He hasn't been good in practice or qualifying as one of the cars get off. I believe that is one of the filler cars. I believe that would be NASCAR Savage. And, ooh, talk about risk. Can he make the pass on the outside? Yes, he will. NASCAR Savage will let him by. And, ooh, one of the 4 GTs nearly squeezed. Oh, dear. 5 minutes remaining into the session, and people are trying to get whatever they can out of this. As we take a look at one of the filler cars, that's the number 50. We have no driver. I believe that would be Julie Wilt, though, to possibly fill in position. As Ashton Ornament not running so well in the practice session, maybe that can change in qualifying. And maybe even the race. Definitely the race. A lot of people get their hypes up, and that's what Shuja's power is. He says, times do not work for me. He likes going against people, which motivates him to pass, and that's where he gets his power. That's how he got his way up through the field at Le Mans after a first lap crash in an 8-hour race to a top 10 finish, despite being in a wreck with, or a little contact with Senpai Jasiri going into the last hour or so. But still had a good shot. He had a taste of the lead at the end there. Played his strategy well. With 4 minutes remaining. Now, it's what people are probably going to call this official, not really any improvements on time. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast for practice session number... There's only one practice session, apologies. But hopefully you return for qualifying session. And then tomorrow will be the big 8 hours of Daytona. We'll see you later.